everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. We have some movement on the Duncan v. Becerra case over the last couple days. In fact, 4 amicus briefs, depending on where you are and how you say it, but 4 amicus briefs were filed on this case, all in favor of the Attorney General, Becerra, the one who is standing by the magazine ban in California. I've done a couple videos about this. You should all be in the know. If you own a firearm and you're not aware of this case, it's time to do your homework. What an amicus brief is an opportunity for people to give their opinion to the court to consider for the case, and they're limited in scope and how many words they can be. So there were 4 that were submitted just a couple days ago here on the 8th, and I'm going to tell you who they're from, tell you basically the gist of them and what this means going forward for Duncan v. Becerra. Now I have the case just off the left to the screen here of the camera, so when I'm looking to the side, please forgive me. The first brief was 17 different states, 16 states and Washington, D.C. Those are, obviously Washington, D.C., Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, Washington. And those are all, again, in support of California's right to limit the amount of bullets that a magazine can hold. Now, what do all those states have in common? They're all pretty much Democrat-controlled states, and many of them, not all of them, but many of them do have anti-gun restrictions. I think, actually looking at the list, just about every single one of them has some type of anti-gun law on the books that has originated from something that California has done. And many of those states, to include here in Massachusetts, there is a 10-round limit, because that 11th round, like I've said numerous times, that 11th round in the mind of these morons makes you an assassin. But those states all came out and said, we support California's right to infringe and restrict and place an arbitrary number on how many rounds a person can have to defend themselves, especially during a time when mobs of 10 or 20 or 30 people are attacking individuals. So we're going to restrict their ability to protect themselves. The second brief was from the California chapter of the American College of Emergency Physicians. So now we have physicians who are against freedom here. And I don't want to group everybody together like that, because unions and colleges and stuff, like colleges are usually unions too, but unions typically will decide which candidate they're going to back or which bill they're going to back, and they never, at least in my experiences, they never poll the union members of the locals, right? They just say, like, hey, we're going to back Hillary Clinton because she's for the worker. They didn't ask anybody, and they usually never do. So maybe not every physician that is in the California chapter of American College of Emergency Physicians is against this, but the group has come out in favor of the magazine ban. Also, the American Academy of Pediatrics, California, and the California Academy of Family Physicians in support of the magazine restriction. Another brief came in on the same day for, the March of Our Lives Action Fund, the Brady Group, Every Town for Gun Safety, the Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence, and Team Enough. What do all those have in common? Those are all Michael Bloomberg's. He funds every one of those. So it's one guy doling out his many millions to his crew, his minions, in different groups to make it seem like there's a lot of people against this. It's Mike. And then the fourth one that came in was the amicus brief of the Pride Fund to End Gun Violence, Equality California, and Gays Against Guns in support of the appellant's position as well. So 4 amicus briefs came out in defense, in support of the California Attorney General's side, where they can limit the amount of rounds in a magazine. Now, I'm pretty sure that groups are going to start filing amicus briefs on behalf of Duncan, and those should start landing this week. There is a timetable on when they have to be submitted by, so we should start seeing some of them. Well, this week's Friday, so next week I would imagine we'll have some, and I'll let you know where we stand. If you want that information, let me know in the comments below. But just want to give everybody a quick update on Duncan v. Becerra. with the enemy. They're getting their support now. So now it's time for the good guys to get their support going as well. And I'll let you know on the next one. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. And don't forget, today is September 11th. And that's all I need to say. Let's make patriotism cool again. Take care.